Asia is waking up to a new normal.
I hear there's a cluster of COVID cases in my neighborhood.
We are having things yet.
For the last 2 months, we've asked families in 4 cities badly hit by the COVID-19 pandemic: Wuhan, Manila, Delhi, and Singapore, to film their lives 24/7.
Hey, what are you doing? Making so much noise when you poo-poo.
Being an employee, being a mother, being a teacher, I think it's ridiculous.
When you see your partner work for more than 15 hours a day, you're just like, what the hell am I doing?
Until now, so no hugs, no kisses.
家里面真正的财务状况，我一直没有告诉家人。
These are their stories. Filmed by them, told by them.
他就要纸。
The family affair. Like you've never seen it before. Because we're all together in a pandemic. In the Philippines, life in the bustling capital Manila is about to come to a grinding halt.
I have come to the conclusion that stricter measures are necessary.
There was already like rumors of having lockdown.
I am placing the entire mainland of Luzon under quarantine. You have no choice. You have to stay home.
In the next month, most offices and establishments will be shuttered. Public and private vehicles will be banned on the road. With lockdown measures in effect in under 4 hours, many Filipinos scrambled to get home. They also rushed to stock up on grocery. But Jaja is one step ahead of them.
Before it even aired, I was searching in the internet ano yung mga fruits and vegetables na mag-stay for 2 weeks and longer, 1 month.
But because nung ina-announce pa lang siya, nasa grocery na ako.
So I was getting canned goods, more of the frozen. I also bought some beans, so like bungo, like red beans, sugar, salt, toyo, and suka. 1 sack of rice na yung 25 kilos. Some potatoes and sweet potatoes.
Hot dogs, chicken, nuggets. We have prepared for everything. So we have a thermal scanner, this mask, alcohol, and all the glues.
34-year-old Jaja Nalos Gama knew exactly what to do when the lockdown was announced. And that's because she has had a decade's worth of experience responding to natural disasters. In university, she was a Red Cross student officer and has led several relief operations in disaster-prone Philippines.
It's really thinking on how to plan on, parang hindi ka nag-plan for the day eh. You're planning for the next coming days. Anong gusto mong mangyari?
I make sure na if anything happens, I always have something with me. So, kaya parang nag-remark na sa mga friends ko na if you need something, you go to Jaja, baka most likely meron siya nun.
But there's one thing Jaja did not see coming.
Nakalimutan yung vitamin C, protection for the virus. Lagyan ko ng plastic para ito kasi madalas kapitan ng mga virus o bacteria.
Her husband Charles, who is a nursing assistant at a private hospital, is redesignated to the front line. His new job, screening for COVID-19 patients.
Walang choice kasi ma'am kasi parang alam mo yun, parang soldier ka na sasabak, bigla ka na lang sasabak sa gera. So yun yung pakiramdam namin nung time na yun na para kami sasabak sa gera as a soldier, as a medical frontline. Kasi hindi mo naman alam na Hindi mo naman kasi nakikita yung kalaban, di ba?
Nearly 1 in 5 COVID-19 cases in the Philippines are medical workers. That's the highest infection rate for frontline workers in Asia.
So share ko lang yung experience ko doon. Kasi nung time na nawalan kami ng stocks ng PPE, so ito yung mga ginagamit namin. Ito, yan. Para siyang long sleeve, parang disposable gown. Hindi siya makapal. Tapos N95 mask. Yun. Walang goggles, walang gloves, walang booties. Minsan meron. Walang hairnet.
Charles's hospital now depends on erratic donations of improvised personal protective equipment, or PPE, from the public to keep its workers safe. The Philippines imports most of its PPEs from China. But the lockdown in China due to COVID-19 earlier this year has disrupted supplies.
Marami pa rin mga nagpa-positive, marami pa rin nagkakasakit. So sobrang nag-worry ako, pati kami lahat talaga, mga kasama namin dito sa hospital, co-worker, sobrang nag-aalala. Pati na rin sa mga family namin, syempre naalala namin, may mga anak kami, yung iba, may mga senior sa bahay nila, iba may mga maraming pumunta na rin doon ng mga pasyente na na-screen namin na POI din. So, maya, hindi naman natin alam na carrier ka na ng virus. So, nag-decide na ako na sabi ko kay Jaja na mag-aano ako, self-quarantine ako.
He was already telling me, kailangan ko na yata mag-isolate. Sabi ko, naliligo ka naman 4 times a day ka pa nga maligo. Naligo ka sa labas, pagdating mo sa loob, maligo ka ulit. Bakit mo kailangan wala ka naman sakit, wala kang symptoms, anything. Bakit mo i-deprive yung sarili mo from being with the kids? Tapos sabi niya, kasi invisible nga siya, hindi mo siya nakikita. Kasi ikaw, di mo nakikita, kaya oblivious ka na, okay lang lumabas. For them, it's hazardous. They take it seriously. So sabi ko, okay, I'll take his decision na mag-isolate.
9 days after the Philippines triggered lockdown, India follows suit. Movement will not be allowed between cities. For India's rural to urban migrant workers, this news triggers a humanitarian crisis on an epic scale.
Nearly 1 million migrant workers tried to flee Indian cities after the lockdown was announced.
Lockdown in India has resulted in thousands of migrant workers leaving cities like Delhi.
Without jobs and no daily wages to pay for food and shelter, with no means to survive the 3-week lockdown, thousands began a desperate journey home on foot back to their villages.
But within Delhi itself, restrictions are not as strict as in Manila. Though public transport is halted, people can move about in private vehicles. Entertainment venues like malls and cinemas are closed, but people are free to gather in private spaces. So for the Gupta family, cocooned in a posh area of Delhi, life is sweet as ever.
Come, let me show you inside, come. During the daytime, all the family members are working in their respective places, right? And then for lunch and for dinner, definitely we all meet together here in the living room. Because people have a tendency of overeating during this lockdown, right? You need to work out. उसके लिए proper arrangement है. Steam sauna, everything one can do here. I use my resources for the welfare of the family, which I felt was a responsibility cast by nature on me. Like my family is restricted to the 4 corners of this house. People in this family, प्लस माय अदर पीपल कोई एक मेरा 7 बोल दे यदि मेरे को वक्त पर सैलरी नहीं मिली या कोई एक 7 बोल दे कि साहब मेरे खाने के ऊपर रोक रहे हैं.
And thanks to the industry and prudence of Jagat Pal, his wife, his 2 sons and their wives will be spending the lockdown in a sprawling 3-story building with the luxury of space and servants.
These boys, they're always out working, or they're going out for dinner or for a party or for any social engagements. This COVID, it has forced the children to be staying back home. They have been restricted to the household and they have seen the benefits, the advantages, the laughter that I see in this house. I hadn't seen them for so long.
For a family full of ambitious working adults, this is a rare scene. Youngest son Arjun and his wife Nyoshi, dressed like iconic Mexican painter Frida Kahlo, have found time to cook up a Mexican feast.
We have cilantro rice, and then we have really spicy chicken, smoked salsa, corn, chargil, corn and jalapenos, mango salsa, peppers and onion, healthy sour cream, and tortilla chips.
Mezcal.
I am personally extremely fortunate. I am kind of sheltered from the negative effects of COVID. So initially when this happened, my initial reaction was complete denial.
Karan is also joining in the festivities, but he is visibly less relaxed. Special ingredients had to be brought back to the house to make this exotic meal, which means contact with the outside world.
It's not a time for celebration, it is not a time to enjoy yourself on a day-to-day basis. It's a time to hunker down and stay where you are and try to stay safe. So it troubles me when people go out and treat it as just another day.
In Singapore, an eerie silence is settling in the city. A spike in untraceable COVID-19 cases sees the Lion City slowly shutting down. Entertainment venues are closed. Gatherings outside of school and work must be limited. Singaporeans are urged to stay home. Life in the Lion City is slowly grinding to a halt. Except in the Su family, where it's anything but still.
It's a big shift of going out every day to the playground to staying home. So it became dance freeze because I think it was something that I played in my childhood as well.
Everybody clap your hands.
For the Su family, their usual outings to the playground, the park and the beach are out of the question.
For a start, definitely it's noisier at home.
Joel and Lesley Su are raising 3 little men. 8-year-old Tristan is the eldest and is in primary 2. Six-year-old Tyrell is in his 2nd year in kindergarten. Then there's the youngest, 4-year-old Tilden.
To be able to create these moments where they remember that mommy actually had fun with us during the whole circuit breaker and not that mommy was just working, her ass off. So those are moments I live for.
Like the 5.7 million others living in Singapore, the Su household are trying to get used to staying at home.
I'm ready to conquer the day, but my husband, I'm forcing him to wake up. And guess what? I just saw the road and I told my husband, can I take the bus? To get out of here. I've been cooped up here for so long.
To help stop the spread of COVID-19, businesses are encouraged to allow their workers to work from home. As a retail and training manager for a cosmetics firm, Lesley used to travel a lot for work. Now, she works from home.
Hello? Hey, 这是你房间啊，很美哎。 on the sofa, please. The most well-behaved tomorrow, you get a special reward, okay?
Not wanting to run the risk of contracting the virus, the family takes the stay-home warning very seriously.
What is COVID-19?
COVID-19 is a germ that once people have it can spread easily to the family too.
Thank you very much.
COVID-19 is a king of germs.
King of germs. The various schools as Interstans and the other two kids have been doing a good job on informing them as well about the COVID-19 situation. How do you think the virus enter your body? Your face. The COVID go into my face? Through where?
Through the eyes, through the throat, through the mouth.
Ah, okay. I think we have been very truthful with them about the situation on COVID-19.
And make people need to go to the hospital. Sometimes will die.
I've already explained to them, if you get it, you would be removed from your family. Nobody else can be with you in the hospital. Mommy and Daddy cannot be there with you. Is that what you want? And then it's kind of like a scare tactic to get them to wear the masks. But I think as kids, they do not know how grave the situation is.
What Lesley doesn't know is that the situation is set to get graver.
We will therefore impose significantly stricter measures. This is like a circuit breaker.
From Wednesday, 8th April onwards, we will move to full home-based learning for all schools.
Their lives are about to be upended again. While the rest of the world goes into lockdown mode, Wuhan, once the epicenter of the outbreak, is finally coming out of it. Wang Bin's family, part of 11 million people cooped up in Wuhan, has cooked up a feast to celebrate. Wuhan was the first epicenter of the COVID-19 pandemic, and it suffered the most draconian lockdown in the world. No one was even allowed to leave the confines of their residential compounds.
那个管理它其实就是战时管理，打仗就是这样的。每一户每3天只能派1个人出去采购，有些物资真的买不到了，新鲜的蔬菜、一些新鲜的肉类、鱼没有了，所以那段时间其实家里面能吃的蔬菜的品种是很少的。配完了，
发青了。
祝老人家们身体健康，长命百岁。
The family has not shared a meal together for 3 months. 40-year-old Wang Bin is looking forward to this family meal with his mother, Madam Huang, wife Wan Li, his in-laws, and his toddler twins. Because this was what life looked like just 3 months ago. 1 in 200 residents trapped in Wuhan during the lockdown got infected. Wang Bin and his mother both contracted the virus. He decided to document every part of his COVID-19 journey with vlogs to assure his family that he was well taken care of.
那时候听说感染了就会死掉，全中国人都是在恐慌的时候公布自己病情，这种方式的话，减少其他的人的这种恐惧，我觉得也是能够给到其他朋友帮助最直接的方式。
This vlog shows Wang Bin being sent to Huashinshan Hospital, a hospital built in just 10 days to cater to the soaring number of infected people. By then, even a 1,000-better hospital like this was at full capacity.
请问一下，我住哪个病房啊？
你是安排的住加17了是吧？
刚才是说加17，然后里边我看有3个人呢。
要不你就住21啊？不过你这也是中间的床。
啊。我觉得我是能扛得过去的，但是我家里面的人呢，是不是大家都被感染了？
To keep his family safe, he had to stay under strict quarantine.
医护的话会从窗口，然后把餐食送进来，还是没有家里面吃的自在一些。我选择一些跑步、慢跑一些运动，其实也就是希望说能够自己体能能够恢复得更好一些。
啊，好累，体力还是太差了。
对，都有问题。加几房？
加21。
Finally, 6 weeks after he was first quarantined,
阳性。
阳性，
说明你有保护量，再做一次阴性就可以准备回家。
哦，
好吧。
Wang Bin could return to the outside world, but only after thorough disinfection. And this is his favorite video, leaving the grounds of the hospital and heading home.
谢谢你，谢谢你。
从火神山出院的那一刻的时候，整个人的感觉是如释重托。回到家，按理说的话是可以就是跟家人正常接触，但其实就是心里面还是怀着一种对自己的健康是否说确信。
So when Wang Bin reached home, he made a difficult decision. He chose to isolate himself for another 2 weeks.
那天回到家的时候，孩子要冲过来跟我抱抱。 然后我只能就是快步往卧室里面走，那种感觉其实心里面其实挺难受的。当时我和母亲就是隔离在我们的主卧里面，然后这个过道是这个地方会用2个那个餐椅把它挡住，就是不让孩子到这边。然后当时这个门缝下面都是用湿毛巾封住，把那个空气隔绝做好。那种感觉真的就是。 回到房间里面的时候，真的是很难受的。有时候就是，比如有时候取饭，能看到他们就是坐在那个餐椅上面，在那儿吃饭的时候，你在这边你能看到他，孩子会跟你笑，但是你这个时候你只能转身走，你要躲开他。越是你的家人，你越只有让他离开，因为你知道这样，只有这样才能保护他们。
His wife already had to cope with managing the household and caring for the 2 toddlers. The return of 2 family members in self-isolation only makes it worse.
他从医院回来之后，相反的话呢，我们的就是事情更多了，因为我们还要来照顾他。
我太太很辛苦，然后呢，确实又帮不上她，心里面还觉得蛮愧疚的。
Wang Bin wasn't the only one who had to be alone in his family.
Ako po si Charles Gama. Ako ay isang nursing assistant sa ICU, CCU, and Frontliner.
Abi! Gabi ka pala.
Worried that he might infect his family, Charles moved to the servants' room 2 weeks ago. While he could still see his kids, he would not go close.
Hey, stay there.
Hey.
Yeah, just stay there. That is dirty. Just stay there. Love you. Bye-bye. Hi, guys. Hey! Missing my babies. Hindi ko na sila mahawakan, hindi ko na sila mahag.
Nung nag-message siya na mag-isolate, parang walang parang final log or wala talaga. Wala, kahit kiss, parang from the day he decided that until now. So, no hugs, no kisses. So parang puro high lang kami dyan sa window.
啊，豆豆轻一点，压到妹妹了。哎呦，1小时轻一点。其实我有3个月没有跟2个孩子在一块玩，那种感觉是自己的孩子那种就是会心的那种笑，然后那种疯，是让自己能够全情投入，然后真的很享受那种感觉的。
After self-isolating for more than 2 months, Wang Bin is finally reunited with his twins. In his time away, Wan Li was fortunate to have the help of her parents. They were visiting from Sichuan for Lunar New Year festivities, but got stuck in the city after it went into lockdown. In those 2 months, they became convenient babysitters.
就是我老公他生病了，和我还有婆婆他们俩生病了之后呢，幸好的话呢，是我爸爸妈妈呢，他们在这边，他们呢帮我分担了大部分的就是这样的一些家务啊，就包括呢带孩子这一块的话呢，很多时候也是需要他们帮忙的。如果没有他们的话，我都不知道我还能不能扛得过来。
踩死我了！开始跟他们在一起的时候，一个呢又觉得孩子有点陌生，因为3个月他们变化真的挺大的。然后呢，这个长得更结实了，然后呢更调皮了。
Now that Wang Bin is fully recovered, Wan Li wants him to resume dad duties.
在疫情里面的时候，其实我也会去心疼他，我也会去体谅他，觉得不打扰他，让他更多的去休息。但是现在的话呢，因为他已经康复了，他其实应该这个时候应该更多的花点时间来弥补这个时候的缺失。
其实我是挺喜欢照顾小孩的，我也对教育孩子也有一些我的一些想法。回来以后看到确实有一些规则发生了一些变化，所以我心里面还是有一些意见的。好，来，
出去玩了哈。
来戴口罩喽。好，我知道，给你戴。好，好，先走，走吧，走，自己走，不牵。自己下呗，不牵啊，不牵，自己下，自己下去。就是孩子，你看，特别是他摔倒，我从来不扶他，他自己爬起来。他慢慢他习惯了，他知道就是摔倒过后，可能真的也没人扶他，他自己真的就起来了。孩子有时候不能太过于宠溺，应该训练他一些独立一点的东西。
Even at 1 year old, Wang Bin succeeded in getting them to eat on their own and walk on their own, somewhat. But all that progress was overturned in the last 2 months by doting grandparents.
我想昨天我爸带他们出来的时候，结果呢，本来觉得走得好好的，我爸就把他抱起来，然后我就说这个不能抱，还是应该让他自己走。
对啊。
走一会儿抱一会儿，你看今天他不是就要抱抱了？你看吧，你看吧，你看又来了。
你要跟他们做斗争。
昨天就是昨天抱。
来，好 ，OK。站好啊，站好，不牵啊，小朋友不牵。就是作为老人家，在我看来是过分宠溺孩子，就是有些不太好的习惯，就是可能有点纵容，有点包容。要牵着，不牵呗，好不好？你自己走。
After a month of working endlessly as a nursing assistant, testing for COVID-19, Charles is finally given a 2-week break. He is choosing to continue spending it in isolation.
Mainit, pero okay lang. Didn't know how tayo'y nagsumpa. Baby, ang pagmamahal. Hi, good morning. It's another day na naman. Hi, lunchtime na. Hi, good evening. Kakain muna tayo. Ganun pa rin ang buhay. Wala pa rin magawa.
In the other part of the house, from the minute Jaja wakes, she has her hands full.
I have 3 kids, 2 months old, and I just gave birth, so I'm still recuperating.
Charles has always been a hands-on dad. Now that he is in isolation and can no longer help out, Jaja is overwhelmed.
Ako yung magpapakain.
Hey,
Okay, sit down, sit down. No pineapple juice.
Hindi naman pwedeng pakainin ni Jaja lahat sabay-sabay. Kasi may pinapakain din siyang maliit.
Hello. This one, you like this one? Do you want noodles also?
Ako yung nagpapaligo.
Ryan, come on. Take a bath. Huli ka.
Pag wala ako sa tabi nila, hindi matutulog yan.
You go to sleep now. Oh, it's 11 o'clock na anak ko.
Hello. You say bye-bye. You say good night. Ang hirap. Iiyak ka na lang kasi pagod na pagod ka. Tapos, before kasi parang pwede ka magalit sa asawa kung di ka niya tinulungan. Ngayon, hindi mo yung pwede sabihin. Na parang, bakit naglalaro ka lang eh? Kasi hindi naman pwedeng sabihin sa kanya na pumasok ka. You really have to put in mind na parang he's isolated. Walang ibang pwedeng utusan or gawin, but you just have to survive. So yun, yung part na iyak ka sa gabi kasi pagod ka na. It's mixed emotions kasi pagod ka. Plus, hindi mo rin alam kung anong status ng asawa mo. So,
Hello, ants! Inside my room. Oh, sisipag nila. Oh. Chips ko yan ah. Hindi niyo kinuha. Sana ganyan din tayo. Tulong-tulong. Abag natin yung mga kailangan natin sa buhay. Mga pangarap natin. Ngayon, si Jaja na medyo mahirap lang sa kanya kasi siya lang nag-aasikaso sa mga anak namin. Pilit din ako sa kanya na kahit magkahiwalay kami, naalagaan niya pa rin isa-isa ang aming mga anak. Sana matapos na ito. Hindi ko na kayang tumagal pa sa sitwasyon na ganito.
Over in Singapore, mother of 3 Lesley is about to have her life upended again. Just as she gets into the rhythm of working from home, she receives a bombshell.
We should make a decisive move now. We will therefore impose significantly stricter measures. This is like a circuit breaker.
From Wednesday, 8th April onwards, we will move to full home-based learning for all schools.
My reaction was, holy shit. For the life of me, I cannot, I don't know how to survive another 1 month. Are you ready for dictation? It is recording.
Wait for me to call for you, then you answer the question. And the rest of you please be very quiet. Otherwise, I have to mute all of you.
I need to watch.
You know mothers, they wear many hats.
You're going anywhere.
Try to pay attention, Ken. Carol and Tilden.
Yes.
Coco is studying, okay? We are first and foremost a mother.
Putting my toddler on my head.
In your head? Now with the circuit breaker in place, we are working from home, so we are still a paid employee and we have our duties to fulfill.
Absolutely not.
We are playing a game, stop. And the kids are studying at home.
Mommy, can you spell for me?
No, Tristan, this is your dictation.
No, I tell you how to do it.
Or type for me, sure. They are just not so agile with their hands at this point in time. So that requires help from a parent.
The food that the restaurant serve was fit for a king.
S-E-R.
You read this. I find myself really trying very hard. Being a teacher to Tristan, who is a primary 2 child, trying to be patient to teach him.
My cousin wants to be a chef.
C-O.
You? Come on. You get it wrong, you gotta write it 5 times for me, okay? Even though you're not in school.
O-N.
O-N?
Yeah.
It's just really tough to manage being an employee, being a mother, being a teacher to your kids. I don't know, I think it's ridiculous to expect us to hold these 3 hats at one time. Okay, I can hear another child crying.
Mommy, can I rest first?
No! You rested from what? About 12:30 until 2?
Yeah, and I'll do even more work.
I think in one word, it's tough. Can I eat as well? I'm very hungry. I have a call again at 3. If I don't eat now, then I won't have a chance to eat.
This is more like...
I'm eating, I can't wash your bum bum!
It was a crazy experience.
Wait, you want to eat or you eat?
No, later.
Yeah.
I was like gonna pull my hair out, you know, on some days.
Oh. Crazy you.
So the timetable that the teacher gave starts at 8 a.m. which is impossible because our timetable starts at 8 a.m.
Then why you never wake up? I mean, I'm not asking.
You!
Asking why, but
Don't police me! So that day when his PE teacher called, I forgot the name. And then I said, oh, by the way, you know, the timetable that you gave to us, I'm not able to adhere to it because I have 3 kids at home and I'll be using your timetable as a checklist of what I need to submit.
Oh.
Then she's like, oh, okay, yeah, sure, no problem. I'll inform the form teacher.
Good.
I think I'm just trying to live each day as it comes. So I bought a bottle of wine.
Oh.
And on the day that I opened it, I was very happy.
So I need to buy more wine for you.
I think I need another bottle. I just finished it.
I'll buy you a crate like, if I have to.
Hi, Inspector. This is Supriya. I'm very well, sir. How are you? I hear there is a cluster of COVID cases in my neighborhood.
One is 81-year-old.
Okay.
And second one about 45.
Okay.
Third is 40. Fourth is 15.
Okay. Oh, as young as 15. Okay.
4 weeks into India's lockdown, Karan's wife, Supriya, finds out there is a cluster of cases in the neighborhood, just 800 meters from where they live.
So I found out that 8 cases have been confirmed in our neighborhood at Oberoi Park, and the police are now starting contact tracing, which means anyone the family has been in touch with is going to be contacted.
And I'm sure they must have been shopping around everywhere that we go to,
Yeah.
groceries and all that.
They've been going to the local stores.
I'm sure people who live there are, shopping at the same places for groceries or daily essentials as our household is. It's in your backyard, literally, and you have to deal with it. Just guard yourself as much as you can against it.
The Guptas' bubble of bliss comes to an end, just like Karan anticipated.
It was alarming, and not just for me, for everybody in the house. And obviously not an ideal scenario, but it was to be expected. It was only a matter of time, right? Especially with the way that it's spreading.
Luckily, Karan was already prepping for this possibility. He and his wife decide to drive out a lot further to avoid shopping in areas where their infected neighbors would have gone. As an extra precaution, Karan even wears gloves at the store. He also decides that this would be the last grocery run until the pandemic eases.
I've been telling everyone to stay indoors because there's no point in exposing yourself to something that you can't see coming. And there is no point in taking unnecessary risk.
As the oldest son in the home, while the country's rules state it is okay to go out for essential services, Karan imposes a drastic house rule.
So I've put down some rules. If you guys can kind of go through it, this is what I think we should do.
No entry or exit for anyone.
No one in the family can leave, and no part-time staff like drivers or cleaning ladies can come in. Even groceries have to be delivered.
Okay, so we've got most of what we'd ordered. There's a couple of things that are not coming in the market.
But I guess times like these, they're not really essentials, they're luxuries. So no strawberries. We try and order as much as possible so that we don't have too much interaction, but thank you. So this is where we leave the veggies to sun for a little bit.
For Karan, getting his wife Supriya to comply with the new house rules is easy. But for the rest of the family, Karan is met with resistance.
I never knew that he has it in him to worry so much about everything, and it's surprise. For a moment I thought he's gone crazy, like what is he talking about?
Over in Wuhan, Wang Bin is setting down house rules as well. In all the time he wasn't around to parent his toddlers, their doting grandparents have made the toddlers clingy.
姥姥也是喜欢抱，抱睡了过后，她就是睡习惯了，就我们带起睡觉的时候就扩张很多。对，就是睡觉，所以还是一样的这个习惯，就是不能不抱她就不抱，可以把她放到床上去了。有时候我们也在想，就是说我的可能有些说话方式确实技巧不太注意，这个确实是做的不太好的地方，或者说每个人可能都有固执的一种方式，就固执。 他觉得说，我这么多年，我坚守的，我认为的这种方式就是对的。那个隔代亲，这个我们能够理解。这有些方法上面呢，我觉得我们还是要统一一下子。有时候要抱啊，就像你看，他通常也不得找我，他晓得我不能抱他，到你那儿，你若不抱他，赶紧就跑了，就到姥姥那儿去了。肯定晓得姥姥要管他的，其他人都不管他，姥姥会管他，他肯定他就是这样子的。
比如说，我们要对这个很多事情哈，给他列个框框。比如说，有很多事情是坚决不可以的，对吧？
你不能说是强制性的，你强制性的，你像豆豆儿啊，你强制性的，越强他越混枯竭，你没发觉吗？他就是那个性格。好，下去我不抱了，哎呀，我抱累了。 不抱了，不抱了。哎，你都不要哭嘛，不要哭嘛。好了好，好了好。我还说喊不抱不抱，人家哭起来了，紧到哭的时候就当闹的，看到家哭起，你心都不抱，一个啷个好受嘛？所以说要跟他们起冲突，他们也不好说的嘛。哎呀。 都社会切心嘛，我都带了个小孩儿，现在看到那种情况嘛，哎呀，心头还是不是过得那么那个愉快的。
我觉得在这个时候，大家对我最大的理解呢，就是在这个过程中，我们一起就这样的，不要为一些生活的琐碎的事情的时候，然后呢产生这样的争执和矛盾。
Hello. I haven't looked into it because I've been busy over the weekend. Badly affected, 90% down.
I was very worried. The income is zero already.
10 over 1,000.
As Singapore sinks deeper into circuit breaker, things start to look bleak for the Su household. Joel's income from running a cafe kiosk has dried up.
The circuit breaker really killed us. The circuit breaker is not just to break the circuit, but it really broke my back. It's a back breaker actually. This heavy burden that I'm facing, I don't really share with them.
As much as Joel tries to hide his worry, his wife of 11 years quickly catches on.
Every morning and every night, it was just me talking to a very angry man, I felt. I know that he has immense stress on him as a business owner, so yeah, I just had to tolerate whatever moods that he had. Everybody keep the toys, keep the toys. I'm talking to you, little children boy, keep the toys. And then you have to be like the happy one at home because you have kids. Keep it was just mentally very draining. So I tried to get that out of the picture so I can function as a mother.
No! I don't want daddy already. I don't want daddy.
Mommy versus daddy, everybody sit down. Everybody watch.
To not add to Joel's stress, Lesley decides she will not pry into the state of his businesses unless he is ready to share.
Mommy, please communicate. Communicate. But it's not communication. What are you laughing about? Can you see we are communicating?
We've been married for 11 years this year, so you kind of know when you can kind of push the buttons and when you better don't.
That's love! You're not talking, but from your body language is love.
Wow, body language. Good game.
I recognized that he was very concerned. I actually said, please don't worry about it. I still have a job. I can support the family. I can still put food on the table for all of us because we're in this together.
Be careful, be careful.
In the next episode of The Family Affair,
Who is on my leg?
The boys are coming to me for every single need.
I feel like I'm just like on this ship alone.
Yeah, they okay what?
Physically and emotionally, it's two different things. I
said stop it many times.